All right, what's going on, everybody? Let's get to it. Here we go. It's the Michael Garza Show, brought to you by Gape. Let's see. Pulling up some info, getting things ready to roll. This will take a few moments, though, getting a couple things set up on this end. But thank you guys for your patience. Mucho apreciado. And, this will take a few moments. One more moment, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Almost there. All right, let's do it. Let's get to it. Then I got to set up the goal. Thank you guys for being so incredibly patient with me. Gift goal, go an hour. Let's see, what was the thing I need to say? Help us hit the gift goal. There we go. So I'm trying something a little bit different lately. Give me one moment, everybody. Give me just a few more moments. I thought I had this in the bag, but I clearly don't. Thanks for your patience, you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Amazing. I'm driving home again and carrying away. Okay, give me maybe another few more moments. Sorry about that, guys. I'm lame. Where are my notes at? Oh, I don't have like a notepad system? What the hell? I need notes. I got Google Keep, but that just changes way too much. I need like a temporary notepad. Give me one second. I'm getting color. I'm installing Color Note Notepad notes. That's what I'm installing real quick. It's a pretty cool little program. It's not bad at all. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. Cool. All right, you guys have figured it all out. Where is Frog Eat Frog, everybody? Hug. I don't know if I'll do 5 push-ups, but I could always try. I think I could probably do 5 push-ups, but 100 pounds, how much is 100 pounds worth in US dollars? How much is that worth, brother? What up, E.T.? You're so sexy. If it ain't E.T., it ain't sexy. We got E.T. in the house, everybody. What up, dude? Make sure that you guys double tap your screen to like the stream. One more time. Double tap your screen to like the stream. Oh.
We have tremendous people behind me. You'll be hearing about that in a minute. Today is my honor to be discussing the taking of a very historic action to substantially lower costs for consumers, protect hundreds of thousands of jobs, and save Americans well over $2 billion a year.
Yeah, I don't think I can do 100 push-ups.
The Biden administration's ridiculous regulations imposing costly requirements on refrigerators and air conditioners. It's ridiculous, unnecessary, and costly, and actually makes the machinery worse.
Yep.
I want to thank EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, Senators John Husted. John, thank you. I heard you're doing very well in your race, I hear. That's what the word is. And Ashley, I know you're doing very well also. Ashley Moody, Florida, great.
This is not,
As well.
E.T., you know this is not financial advice, right? None of this is financial advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only, not financial advice. Keep that in mind. You guys ready? E.T., come on, bro.
Well as Representatives Stephanie Bice, Zach Nunn, and Craig Goldman. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all. You look good. We're joined by Kroger CEO. That's a big one. Kroger, that's a big, I see those stores all over the place. Greg Foran. Where's Greg? Greg? Very good. You look like Central Casting. Just like you're supposed to look. Fairway Store CEO Reynolds Kramer.
Right here, Mr. President.
Okay. Hello, Reynolds.
Hello there.
Maybe I won't look around every time. Why Not Stop CEO and co-owner Ann Guthier. Ann?
Yeah.
Because it's Ann, I'm going to. Columbiana Foods co-owner Ron Graff Sr.
Right here. Right behind you. Right behind you.
Hello, Ron. Neiman Foods President Richard Neiman.
Right here, sir.
Hi, Richard. Piggy, well, that's a nice, Piggly Wiggly franchise owner. And that's a big company, too. It's actually a cute name. Kevin McDaniel. Where's Kevin? How is that name playing? Good?
Piggly Wiggly, great.
Piggly Wiggly. I've heard that, actually. That's great. Franchise owner, Kevin. So you met Kevin. And Food Fresh owner, Michael Gay. Food Fresh? Hi,
Michael Gay, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
And this is a representative group of...
Michael Gaza. Gay, everybody calls me Gaza, so Michael Gaza should do a collaboration of sorts, I think. I'm not gonna lie, the guy's looking a little pregnant.
Very large-scale retailers. Under the Biden administration, the so-called technology transition rule, which was crazy, forced companies to adopt specific high-cost refrigerants, massively driving up the price of transporting and storing.
Damn right he pronounced the gay part. It's hot. It's the right thing to do, bro. It's the right thing to do.
Refrigerants
Gaza.
and various goods. Many grocery stores and restaurants had no choice but to replace their refrigerators entirely. They went out of business, half of them. And these costs rose. Americans faced higher grocery prices and reduced access to critical medical supplies. It was a very catastrophic thing that they did. At the same time, this rule also drove up the cost of living by forcing consumers to purchase higher cost residential air conditioning units. They went up very substantially in cost, and also they were going to be obsolete very quickly.
Gaze.
It created national security risk by adding additional hurdles to the already complicated process.
Yes, I support Trump making himself and his family tax exempt from the IRS, and the reason for that is because that's actually a smart thing to do. Because if you're next, for example, let's say the next president happens to be a Democrat, right? And the Democrat wants to use some form of lawfare to go after the family members of the previous administration. It actually makes perfect sense to make sure that his children are also tax exempt, so that way, yeah, they can never be, that's awesome, man. They can never be hassled by the IRS. That's fucking tight, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish I could, you know, I mean, I pay all my taxes, but it's like, you know, I get it. I absolutely get it, man. If I was Trump, I'd be afraid of lawfare against my kids because of their name. So that's what I get it. I see what Trump's doing, man. I love it.
Manufacturing semiconductors.
I fully support it, man.
So it was a mess. Likewise, the so-called emissions rule imposed crippling leak repair requirements on virtually all existing large-scale refrigeration systems, hurting consumers and small businesses, making it almost impossible for many small businesses to even buy inferior equipment.
Yep.
And this is all across the country. The higher cost threatened thousands of jobs and was passed on in the form of higher prices and higher taxes. Today's reforms will deliver significant financial relief, saving American families and businesses more than $2.4 billion. Think of that, each year. Thanks to today's reforms, the American people have lower grocery prices, cheaper transportation of goods, a lower cost of air conditioning, at no detriment at all to our country. Zero.
Oh, yeah.
Including environmental detriment. My administration's historic deregulatory agenda has already saved our country an estimated $1.2 trillion. That's been done over.
Dude, what a stud, dude. Trump's the man. That's all I got to say is Trump is the GOAT. Trump is the man. Say what you want about my boy, shaboy. Say what you want about him, man, but you're wrong. Wow, this is kind of boring. Let's get to some juicy, juicy news. Oh, let's see what Asman's saying.
Castro and the others are charged with additional crimes.
Raul Castro, is that the brother of Fidel Castro? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming that they're related, right? But I know that the brother of Fidel Castro took over after Fidel Castro passed away. But I didn't know because Fidel Castro is really old, so I didn't know if his brother. So he's still alive. Okay.
Well, including destruction of aircraft and 4 individual counts of murder.
Oh.
The indictment was returned by a grand jury sitting in this district in Miami on April 23rd, 2026.
Can you imagine, bro, the catharsis of all of the Miami Cubans whenever they get to fucking hear this? They're like, yes, bro, this, because he's going to be brought back right there to where you're at. Like, they're like, yep, that's fucking right. It's over. About time. Yeah.
And was unsealed today.
Yeah, Cuba needs to be, honestly, Cuba's a failed country. Cuba has failed. Mainly because they tried to enact socialist principles, and we all know that socialist principles don't work. That's why there's no innovation in China, for example. That's why they have no swagger, they have no nothing in China. If you want a society to succeed, I mean, seriously, if you want a society to succeed, do not implement collectivist principles at the highest level at a massive scale. Simple as that. I mean, I make some damn good points.
Here's one. Is he one? I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's Cuban or not.
The families of 4 murdered Americans have waited for justice.
Yeah. Is it Pam Bondi coming back when the Dow hits 50K again? Maybe she will. And so, here's another one.
En un día como hoy, en el 1900.
Oh, you know this one's gonna be serious. I'm not gonna watch it. It's in Spanish. Marco Rubio sends a special message to the Cuban people, a 5-minute video in Spanish, and then I randomly clicked on a part of it, and the one word that we see is Maduro. Uh-oh. Yeah. Is that about right? Yep, cough pre-watch.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I guess so. And you gotta watch it. It's really good. Okay.
En un día como hoy, en el
On a day like
1902,
today in
la bandera cubana
1902,
ondeó
the
por
Cuban
primera
flag
vez
flew
sobre
for the
un país
first time over an
independiente.
independent country.
Pero sé que
But
hoy
I know that
ustedes,
today,
quienes
you who
llaman a
call
la
the
isla su
island your
hogar,
home
atraviesan
are going through
dificultades
unimaginable
inimaginables.
hardships.
Hoy quiero
Today,
compartirles la
I want to
verdad
share
sobre
with
el
you
motivo de
about
su
the reason
sufrimiento.
for their suffering.
Y quiero
And I want to
contarles
tell
lo que
you
nosotros en
that
los
the
Estados
U.S. that we are
Unidos
offering to help you.
para ayudarlos no solo a
Not
aliviar
only
la crisis
alleviate the current
actual,
crisis, but to
sino
build
también
a better
construir
future.
un futuro mejor.
We can
And to get rid of all the socialist concepts that have plagued your country for so long. Honestly, socialism sucks, dude. Communism and socialism, terrible ideas. Can't be implemented for shit because they suck.
Por la
Wait, no
se ven
voiceover?
obligados
Okay.
a sobrevivir 22 horas al día sin
your
electricidad. No se debe a un
Electricity
bloqueo
is to an
petrolero
oil
por parte de
blockade.
Estados
It's not due to
Unidos.
blockade.
Como ustedes saben mejor que nadie, llevan años sufriendo de apones. La verdadera
The
razón
real
por
reason
la
you
que
don't have
no tienen
electricity?
electricidad, combustible ni alimentos es porque quienes controlan su país han
Turn it up.
saqueado
Oh, sorry, guys. I know you guys can't hear it.
miles de millones de
There,
dólares.
can you guys hear it now?
Pero nada ha sido
If you listen to Spanish loud enough, it turns into English, right?
utilizado para ayudar al pueblo. Hace 30 años, Raúl Castro fundó una empresa llamada Gaesa.
Uh-huh.
Esta empresa es propiedad de las Fuerzas
Yeah, I think that's how it
Armadas
works.
y está operada por ellos.
The company
Y
is
cuenta con ingresos
has
3
revenues
veces
3
superiores
times
al
greater than your
presupuesto de
current
su
government
gobierno
budget.
actual.
Wait a minute. So Raul Castro has a private wait a minute. So he has his. But I thought it was a communist country. Well, how does he have a private company that has more money than the government? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's because the Castros are frauds, dude. It's like any socialist. Every socialist who gains any ounce of power uses that power and abuses the fuck out of it. Because that's what communists and socialists do. They're the kings and the queens of abusing power. Simple as that. And yeah, communism and socialism are low IQ concepts, dude. I love it, bro. Make sure you guys double tap the screen to like the stream one more time. Make sure that you guys double tap your screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow, so make sure you double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help in more ways than one. I appreciate your guys' assistance. We're trying to get at least, 20 likes in 10 minutes, that sort of thing. So 20 likes in 10 minutes. Double tap your screen to like the stream.
No, wait. Are you kidding me?
A lot of us have been involved.
Hoy, mientras ustedes sufren,
Today, while you
estos
suffer,
empresarios
the
tienen 18
businessmen
mil millones de dólares en
have
activos
$18 billion
y controlan el
of assets and control
70% de la
Cuba's.
economía de Cuba.
Wait a minute. So these are the guys that all of the anti-oligarchy idiots in America are trying to gas up, saying save Cuba. Meanwhile, Cuba's controlled by less people with more power than
Yep.
America.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Because Cuba is basically a communist country. And communism equals, it's so funny. Communism equals corruption at the end of the day. Granted, there's always going to be corruption in any sort of government that's ran, no matter what it is, whether it's whether it's an individualist government like what we got, or whether it's a collectivist government like Cuba has. So think of it this way. There will be always, there will always be corruption, but you need systems. You need systems that have checks and balances to prevent it. We have the 3 branches of government to prevent absolute corruption and absolute dictatorship. We also realize that communism and socialism are shitty ideas, which is why we're not a full-on democracy either. We understand that collectivism sucks. And, collectivism blows. Democracy turns into mob rule. Communism turns to corruption. Simple as that. Make sure you guys double tap your screen to like the stream, though. If you guys haven't already, double tap your screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. Please, double tap your screen, bro. Come on, brony. Give me a few moments. Give me just a moment. What do you know what to do with that big fat butt? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ba-bam, bam, ba-bam. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Just a little. All right, let's keep going.
Oh my, they're so stupid. Oh my God.
Obtienen ganancias de
They
hoteles,
profit from hotels,
construcciones,
construction. Oh,
bancos,
sorry.
tiendas y incluso el
Even
dinero
the
que
mon-
sus familiares le envían
They
desde
send
Estados
to you from the
Unidos.
US.
Todo.
Everything
Todo pasa por sus
passes. So
manos.
they're controlling
De
everything.
esas remesas, ellos retienen un porcentaje,
From those
pero de
remittances,
las
they get a
ganancias de
profit.
Gaesa, nada
But
llega.
Gase's profits, nothing reaches
En vez de
you.
usar el dinero para comprar petróleo,
This
como
is actually so good. This is so good because, like, it totally.
Marco Rubio's a stud. I think everybody's aware of that, right? You guys are aware that Marco Rubio is a complete and total top G. Also, double tap your screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. But double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's keep going, man.
Really kills the narrative that, like, this is some communist country that's being oppressed. Like, whenever you hear that, you know, this company just owns everything and they're fucking shaving off money and these guys are like multi-billionaires, it's just over.
Oh, yeah.
todos los otros países del
I
mundo.
tell everybody this, dude. I tell everybody this. Look at any socialist or communist organization. The only people who benefit from that are the leaders at the top. Leaders at the top benefit, and they end up buying, like, you know, they end up owning all these companies. They're usually like millionaires or billionaires, which is the irony about it. And in communism, I thought everybody's supposed to be equal. The problem with communism is it makes everybody equally poor. Nobody can succeed. There's no incentive to innovate. There's no incentive because there's no reward. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no light at the end of the tunnel in communism. There's no incentive to do shit in communism. Human beings need incentive. Human beings need incentive. Most people know I'm right.
Dependieron del petróleo
And on the
gratis de
free
Hugo
oil from
Chávez y
Hugo
Maduro para
Chavez
quedarse con el
and
dinero.
Maduro.
Pero ahora,
But
que
now
dejó
the
de
free
llegarles
oil
el
has
petróleo
stopped
gratis,
coming.
ellos compran combustible
Uh-oh.
para sus generadores y sus vehículos, mientras que el pueblo se les pide que se sacrifiquen. En vez de
Man.
usar el dinero para mantener y modernizar las centrales eléctricas que
Can
están
read it with
dañadas,
voiceover? I can't.
usan el dinero para construir
Use
más
the money to
hoteles
build
para
hotels for
extranjeros,
foreigners?
para
Yep.
enviar a sus familiares a
Send their
vivir con
relatives to
lujos
live in
en Madrid,
luxury in Madrid.
incluso hasta aquí en
Damn.
Estados Unidos.
Even in the United
Hoy,
States.
Cuba no está controlada por ninguna revolución.
Cuba is not controlled by any
Cuba está
revolution.
controlada por
It's
Gaesa.
controlled by Gaesa.
Un estado dentro del estado.
A state
que
within
no
a
rinde
state
cuentas a nadie,
that is
que
accountable to
acapara las
no one and
ganancias de sus
hoards its
negocios para
profits from the
beneficio de una
businesses.
pequeña élite.
Dude, it's actually just like us.
Y el único rol que desempeña el llamado gobierno es exigirle a ustedes que sigan haciendo sacrificios y reprimiendo a
Gaesa's
cualquiera
gauge.
que
True.
se atreva a quejarse. El presidente Trump ofrece una nueva relación entre Estados
A
Unidos,
new relationship between the
pero
U.S.
tiene
and
que ser
Cuba.
directamente con ustedes, el pueblo cubano, no con Gaesa. Primero estamos ofreciendo $100 millones
We're offering
en
$100 million
alimentos y
in
medicinas
food,
para
medicine
ustedes,
for you, the
pueblo.
people. God
Pero
damn.
tiene que ser distribuido
It's not bad.
directamente al pueblo
Not bad at
cubano
all.
por la Iglesia
I wonder why they
Católica
don't want that.
o otros grupos caritativos de confianza, no robadas por Gaesa para que lo vendan en sus tiendas.
I imagine that like this is like I imagine what it would be like if I was running a company that bought Blizzard and I got to remake World of Warcraft the way that I wanted after spending my entire life being mad about how it is. And I imagine that, but like times 100 for like Marco Rubio in Cuba. I do. That's the way that I feel. It's like, bro, finally, after all this time,
Pero al
That's pretty
pueblo
good.
cubano no le interesa
gonna
la
set
calidad
things
permanente.
straight.
Ustedes quieren la oportunidad de
Whole
vivir
life,
en su
yes.
propio país, como viven sus familiares en Estados Unidos o en otros países del mundo.
U.S. Country wall.
Hoy, desde los medios de comunicación
The
hasta
media
el
and entertainment,
entretenimiento,
private sector of
desde el
politics.
sector de los negocios hasta la política, desde la música hasta
From
los
the
deportes,
music to the
los cubanos
sports,
han llegado a la cima de prácticamente
Virtually all
todas las
industries in
industrias,
all
en todos los
countries
países,
except one.
excepto uno, Cuba.
Damn.
Hoy en Cuba, solo aquellos cercanos al élite de
Only
Gaesa
those
o que
close to
forman
the
parte
Gaza
de
elite
ella
have
pueden
profitable
tener
businesses.
negocios rentables. Pero el presidente
It's
Trump
crazy
ofrece
how
una
it's the
nueva
exact
vida
same.
entre Estados Unidos y una nueva Cuba. Una nueva Cuba donde ustedes, los
New
cubanos de a
Cuba,
pie,
where you
no
and
solo
Burger King,
Gaesa,
not just Gaza,
pueda
can
ser
own a
dueño de
gas
una
station.
gasolinera, o de
Yeah.
una tienda de ropa,
Clothing
o de un
store, a
restaurante.
restaurant.
Una
Wait a
nueva
minute,
Cuba
wait a
donde-
minute, wait. That's crazy though. Like you saying that people can own businesses and run their own business? Well, I thought communism was owned by the state, and by the state they mean the guys that run Cuba that are actually running it through another company that's just like capitalism.
Ustedes, no solo Gaesa, pueden
Oh
abrir un
no.
banco.
Oh
o
no,
tener
no,
una
no, you don't
constructora.
say that.
Una nueva Cuba, donde ustedes, y no solo el Partido
What's
Comunista
this
de Cuba,
devilry? I
pueda
know.
ser dueño de una estación
Own
de
a
televisión,
a newspaper.
o de un periódico.
Uh-oh.
Una
That's a
nueva
big
Cuba,
one.
donde pueda
Can
quejarse.
you imagine, bro, like the paradigm shift? Like that you tell a Cuban person that they can own their own newspaper and print whatever they want? That's like telling somebody in America they can walk on the ceiling. That's like, well, wait, what? You can do? There's no way. It's like impossible.
de un sistema que falla,
Total
That
paradigm
was pretty good, actually, dude. I like this. This is amazing.
temor a ir
shift.
a la cárcel o ser forzado a irse de su isla. Y una nueva Cuba donde tengan la oportunidad
New
de,
Cuba
real,
where you have real
de elegir a
opportunity to
quienes gobiernan
choose
su
who
país
governs your country
y
and
votar
vote
para
to replace them.
reemplazarlos si no están haciendo un
Uh-oh.
buen trabajo.
Uh-oh. They're not going to like
Esto no es
that.
imposible.
They're
Todo
not
esto
doing a good
existe
job.
en
Get
las
rid of them.
Bahamas, en la República
Exists in the
Dominicana,
Bahamas, the
en
Dominican
Jamaica y
Republic,
incluso
Jamaica,
a
and
tan
then
solo
90
90
miles away
millas
in
de
Florida.
Florida.
That's right. Everybody gets to have fun except for you.
dueño de su propio negocio y tener el derecho al voto.
Mm-hmm.
Es
Just remember, double tap your screen to like the stream. If you guys think that communism sucks, double tap your screen. If you guys think that Marco Rubio's a stud, double tap your screen. If you guys are Trump fans and you guys are fans of Marco Rubio, double tap your screen, bro. If you guys are tired of Iran, double tap your screen. Yeah. You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
posible alrededor de Cuba.
Is this AI?
¿Por qué no es
No,
posible
it's called
para
Spanish.
ustedes dentro de Cuba? En Estados Unidos estamos listos
In the U.S., we're
para
ready
abrir
to
un
open a
nuevo
new
capítulo
chapter
en la
in
relación
the
entre
relationship
nuestra
between
gente
our people and
y
our
nuestros
countries.
y actualmente
Currently, the only thing
lo
standing in the
único
way
que se interpone en el camino
Yeah.
hacia un mejor futuro
of a better future are those who
quienes
control
controlan
your country.
su país.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Man. And there he is, bro. That old ass fucking. Oh my god. That ring. Oh, Jesus.
Old ass communist right there. So we call an old ass communist. And, yep. Communism blows. Communism is terrible. Basically, the leadership prospers, and the citizens end up suffering. And that's the problem with communism, is the citizens get boned over in the end, and basically everything sucks. I mean, socialist countries, communist and socialist countries just blow, dude. They're bad ideas, dude. They're just terrible, dude. We know it. We all know it.
Yes. Indicted in the U.S. Oh, they're gonna go get him. Oh man, that's just too bad. And as a Latino with tons of Cuban friends, I love Marco and them freeing my brothers. I mean, again, like a lot of my family is in Florida, so you know, I mean, my mom was always very, very favorable towards it as well. So I think that really, I mean, it's a great thing. It's an amazing thing. And so, and then the Cubans can build out Guantanamo Bay together, but the U.S. can house all the criminals. I'm telling you guys, like, a better world is possible.
Yep.
A better world is possible. And I didn't even know, like, what they really need to do. Here's what they need to do, is they need to get all of these retards' money, that $18 million, just kill them and take it away from them. And then after that, just give it to the people and be like, all right, guys, well, you know, this is supposed to be your money. So we're going to have a government. We're going to give the money to the government. You guys can figure out what you want to do, right? And like, that's it. That's what I'd do, right? I mean, that seems like it's pretty simple. And just kill them.
Okay, to all the leftists in the chat, can you tell me what good communism did for Cuba? I want you white socialists to educate me. What good did communism do? You guys supposedly know all the answers, and I don't. So what good did communism do for the Cuban people? Come on, people. Come on, all you white Karens who are communists. Tell me. Educate me on how communism's the way when it's really... Yeah. You know that communism sucks, right? Communism's terrible. Anyway. Come on, man. Come on. You know what to do with that big fat... Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Also, don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream. One more time. Double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's go, bro. You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
That's it. Pay Cuba to house criminals? Maybe. I don't even think...
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Nick Shirley's on Fox? What?
Welcome back. The convicted mastermind behind the...
I didn't think I would get as bricked as I am now.
Massive $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme.
Damn.
She's expected to learn her fate tomorrow. Prosecutors are pushing for up to 50 years behind bars for Amy Bach. Now, in a jailhouse interview with the New York Post, Bach says that she struggles to believe Ilhan Omar didn't know what was happening. And the Congresswoman responded, "Any claim that I had knowledge of this scheme is flat out false," said Omar.
Yeah, we don't
As
trust
I stated
you.
from the beginning, stealing millions of dollars under the guise of feeding hungry children to bankroll
We don't trust you, bro.
lavish lifestyles and extravagant expenses is reprehensible. I'm grateful that Amy Bach and every individual involved in this abhorrent scheme are being held accountable. But Bach also says she's been made the...
Yeah. We don't trust Omar at all. We do not trust it. She's just covering her ass. That's all she's doing. She's covering her butt. That's all she's ultimately doing, man. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Face of the entire scheme despite dozens of people being charged. She said, "The notion that I'm personally responsible for all of it is so frustrating. I'm the only white person out of 80 or 90 individuals charged in the fraud. I'm the only one who doesn't speak the language," she added. Joining me now, the guy who helped put the Minnesota fraud story on the map is independent journalist Nick Shirley.
Nick fucking Shirley. Get it, bro. We love you, Nick.
Nick, it is absurd. Amy Bach doesn't speak Somali or whatever the tribal dialect is of Somalia. She can't be the only person. She can't be the face of this program. There's 90 other people that could be focused on, perhaps even including Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, 100%. And for Ilhan to say she doesn't know about this fraud is like the biggest lie we've heard in American history. She knew about the fraud.
Oh, yeah.
And today they actually just criminally charged one of the ladies for the Feeding Our whose daycare was used for the Feeding Our Future fraud. And I exposed her daycare in my video that went viral, and that person's now been charged. And that was the same daycare that was used to run Feeding Our Future.
Okay, and you say, Nick, and you've done the investigation, you've done the research, and you say, of course, Omar knew. What's the evidence, and how does this eventually come home to roost for Ilhan Omar?
Well, if you just think about where all this fraud taking place, it's literally not even a 10-mile radius where most of this fraud took place. Wow. It's within like a 2-mile radius, and this is all around where her congressional district. And so for her to say that she didn't know about this fraud is such a lie.
Yeah,
and she's obviously trying to cover her face. I mean, look at her net worth. It just went down by $29 million.
Yeah. And we know that she had a relationship with many of the individuals involved in this, had campaign rallies at various restaurants connected to this and so forth. Nick, I wanted to ask you about this. I saw you spent the weekend in the UK, that you went to the Unite rally over the weekend. It looked like...
There's a lot of things that point back to Omar on this one. And I love that Nick Shirley was able to call her out, dude. Like, it needed to happen, bro. It needed to happen. What you gonna do with that big fat butt? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people in the streets. What was the message over in England?
Yeah, the message in England right now is the people that...
Yeah, I think she's a liar too, Annie. I agree. Absolutely. 100%. I don't trust Ilhan Omar at all. Like, in any way, shape, or form, dude. Yeah, I don't trust her at all. In any way. Hey, guys, if you can, double tap the screen to like the stream. If you haven't already, we're trying to get... Well, we'll try to get 100 likes very soon. We're seeing what we could pull off. But trying to get to 100 likes ASAP. So.
They are being sick of being labeled far right for wanting like the most common sense policies inside of their politics.
Yeah, it's not far right to want some sort of, justice for all this crap.
It's like they want to be able to have freedom of speech, and they want to be able to not have digital ID. They don't want to have mass surveillance of the government. They don't want to have grooming gangs around their children. They want to know who their neighbors are. And so it's so funny because they were calling the mainstream media was calling these people, CNN went to this event and they said far right. I went to this event, I spoke with the people. These people could answer any question I gave them, and they actually didn't even have to wear a mask. In fact, they said, don't wear a mask. We want everyone to know why we're there.
Right. And I know that a lot of it is about immigration as well over there. And you know, you describe them being described as far right. That flag that everyone can see on their screen right now, which is a very recognizable flag, you'll see it.
But we got Annie in the house. We got quite a few people in the house. It looks like we got E.T., of course. We got Annie. We got a bunch of people in the house today. I love it.
In about a month's time during the World Cup, the flag of England there, the white and red, is being described as a far-right symbol now over there in the UK.
That is insane. So you can't care about your own country, basically. So if you wave your own country's flag, you're now a white supremacist. Is that what I'm hearing? That is so stupid. And this is why nobody likes the woke shit. Because woke people are so fucking annoying and are so disconnected from reality that it's insane. The level of disconnection from reality that woke people have blows my mind. Blows my fucking mind.
So we'll take all of those descriptions with a grain of salt on what is and what is not far right. Nick Shirley, it's always good to see you.
Thank you, likewise.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming.
Breaking: White House pushes back hard on Iran deal report.
Now let's go to Aisha Hasni. She's at the White House. Hi, Aisha.
Hey, Dana, good morning to you. And some breaking news out of the White House this morning. They are pushing back hard on this Reuters report this morning that claims that the Iranian supreme leader allegedly said that the enriched uranium that is inside the country right now will not be allowed to leave as part of any peace agreement or nuclear deal. That would have complicated these talks by a lot. It would have really ticked off Israel, but the White House is pushing back on this. They say that Reuters report is not true. I'm told that, in fact, no decision has been made on that particular issue about the enriched uranium, what happens to it. No determination has been made either way, and that report is not true. Also, yesterday, President Trump warning Iran that the U.S. military is ready to go if they do not give him the right answer soon.
Trump needs to stop negotiating with these people, dude. You can't negotiate with Iran. Period. End of story. They're not going to listen. They're not going to work with you. It's just as simple as that. Working with Iran is just, in my opinion, a bad idea. It just will not work, unfortunately. As much as I would love it to work, it just can't. It just can't. And, yeah. And to those of you who think it'll work, that's fine. It's just, I just don't see a world where it can work. I just don't. I don't know how anybody can. Iran's just, you can't negotiate with a country like Iran. They've proven to be unstable. They don't seem to be willing to work with anybody. So I don't know. It just blows my mind that people think that this is even remotely a possibility.
Laugh out loud. I'm blocked from posting here. Why?
Mark Salmons, I don't think you're blocked, brother. I haven't blocked you. Where's your I don't see any of your comments. It is possible that YouTube may have Mark Salmons is saying I'm a Democrat in disguise. Come on, man. No, I'm not. So Mark Salmons, hold on. Let me type in all. I want to put all messages are visible. Hold on. Dude, Mark, if I had banned you from the channel, you wouldn't have even been able to do a super chat. I don't know what you're smoking, man.
We're going to do some things that are a little bit nasty, but hopefully that won't happen.
Meantime, Pakistan's Interior Minister arrived in Tehran again yesterday to hold talks with the president there. Axios is reporting that Qatar and other regional allies, they've been working to refine this peace proposal to bridge any remaining.
My boy Mark Salmons is going to start calling me Tucker Carlson, bro. I like Tucker Carlson, though. I do think that Tucker's out of his mind. But, hold on. Hell yeah. What you gonna do with that big fat butt? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Remaining gaps between the two sides, hammering out things like commitments from the Iranians on their nuclear program, and also how the U.S. might unfreeze any Iranian funds in return. Meanwhile, Israel is pushing back on reports that Trump held a dramatic, intense phone conversation with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu this week, who would rather see strikes continue. The president says Netanyahu is going to do whatever he wants him to do.
Laugh out loud.
Meantime, we're also seeing new polling.
And Meghan, smiley face emoji.
Thank you for the $3 super chat, Mr. Salmons. I appreciate it, bro. Why are you going to start calling me Tucker, bro? I ain't no Tucker Carlson, bro. And Tucker's a legend, by the way. Tucker's a pure legend, man. Because I love you so much, Mark Salmons, I'm going to play your super chat again. I'm going to actually play both of your super chats.
Laugh out loud. I'm blocked from posting here. Why?
I appreciate you, Mark, though. I love you, man.
Coming out of Fox News here, U.S. military action against Iran. 60% of respondents
This dude's
oppose
Tucker
it,
and Meghan,
and
smiley face
58%
emoji.
of respondents say the cost of living is now their top economic worry, as the average price of unleaded gas is now above $4 a gallon in every single state across the country as we head into this very busy holiday travel weekend. Dana?
Aisha Hasni at the White House with full of news today. Thank you so much.
So, Dana, up here on the big board, you can see the U.S. military in action boarding a ship this week. Just Wednesday, in fact, called the Celestial. U.S. Navy there boarding that ship. Remember what the military has told us. No one can go in or out of Iranian ports. So come on over here to the map, and we'll update you on what's happening here. This is the blockade line, just as a reminder. From the tip of Oman to the border between Iran and Pakistan, that's where the U.S. Navy has told us that no ship can go in or out if you're going in and out of an Iranian port. This is the choke point here in the Strait of Hormuz. Let me clear this off and advance it to our next screen here. The naval assets are still in place. They are substantial too. They have not lightened up throughout this ordeal of the past 3 months. What you're seeing.
That's a pretty good blockade, man. I mean, not going to lie, that's a good blockade.
On here, a lot of lines, I know it. Focus on the green.
Mark Salmons is saying fat boy on the internet. I know. I'm a big man. I'm a big boy. I'll admit it.
and then the yellow, first the green. These are vessels that are entering the Persian Gulf from the east, okay? It appears from this map that 16 of them have gone through with passage. Some are going around those small islands that Iran demanded. Others seem to be going just a bit south of that. The yellow lines, rather, is the western travel that is moving through the Gulf. The point of showing you this is that there is movement through the Gulf, through that choke point, even as we speak today. This, however, is what the Iranians are now saying, and Ashley referred to this in the reporting there from the Middle East. This area right here in blue, this is what the Iranians had controlled prior. And now they're calling for this controlled maritime zone, which would, according to the Iranians now, they would extend this zone to the east and to the west, which would give them extensive control over the Strait of Hormuz. We'll see whether or not that lasts. We'll see whether or not the U.S. military has another vote in that particular statement from yesterday. Rebecca Heinrichs now, Hudson Institute.
Mark Sammons, you want to know the difference between me and a Walmart employee? I don't have to work at Walmart. That's the difference, man. I have self-sustaining business models that keep me afloat. I swing trade stocks. I do YouTube. Yeah. Do I technically make less money than a Walmart employee? Just slightly. But hey, I'd rather make slightly less doing my own thing and growing than anything else. So, plus I'm a good swing trader, so that's all that really matters. Speaking of which, it looks like my portfolio is jumping. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of bottles. Because it's 11:30 and the club is jumping. Okay, here we go. Oh, damn. No, yeah. Oh. Everything's going up, bro. Give me a second, you guys. I got to sell a few indexes. I got to sell a few of my indices. What the fuck? $14.16. There we go. I made some profit, my bony bros. Oh my god, dude. You're a pink brony bro. Made some money. Money. Easy money. Dude, I'm making some money on these markets right now, dude. It gives me so freaking Gets me so freaking Standing on the edge of forever, at the start of whatever. Yeah, Mark is being a clown, dude. I don't know what's up, dude. Mark, what are you doing, bro?
Senior fellow Rebecca, welcome to our coverage. Top of mind for you right now, what next?
What is next,
well,
bro?
First of all, I think it's really important. Your reporter was talking about the White House pushing back hard, that they're, from that Reuters report, that the son of the Supreme Leader, so the images our viewers saw is the deceased Supreme Leader that Israeli and American strikes eliminated. But now we haven't heard much from the son of the Supreme Leader. If he is the one calling the shots, then there is no deal to be had because he is committed to the Islamic Revolution.
Yeah, we should stop making deals with this current regime. Period. End of story. There's no reason for us to even continue trying to make deals with this corrupt ass regime. Period. End of story. And you'll dance at the gay clubs, oh my god. I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. I'm wearing my man thong down at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on crapping down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. Pink Brony Club. I'm up and my balls are on the floor. Everybody's looking at me, calling me a whore. And I heard that there's a messed up place where all my brony bros want a cream pie in my face. I'm having erotic dreams of creaming in Tennessee. Oro Santo Monica, you've been so shitty to me. It won't make my mama proud. Oh, it's gonna cause a scene. She sees her brony boy. I know she's gonna scream, God, what have you done? You're a pink brony bro, and you dance at the gay clubs. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves while wearing my man thong down at the... I'm wearing my man thong tonight, you guys. Going out tonight, gonna have a good time. The prerogatives to have a little fun, yeah. Going crazy. Men shirts, short skirts. Whoa. Feel the way I feel. Man, feel like a woman. Silver's gonna jump, dude. Silver's pumping. Gotta pump it up. Like a bathmate. Yo, you pump it up. Like a bathmate. Ho, you pump it up. Like a bathmate. Yo, you pump it up. Pump it up. We pump it up. Like a bathmate. Yo, you pump it up. Like a bathmate. Ho, you pump it up. Like a bathmate. Yo, you pump it up. Pump it up. Everybody wants a bathmate now. Everybody wants to copy me. Everybody wants to be like Mikey G with their bathmates. Do you want to be like me? Do you want to be with Mikey G and his bathmate every day? Everybody is so mad because he knows what he is doing with his bathmate time. Everybody acting like it is a crime. Everybody acting like I am a G. Everybody knows I'm the rock and roll free. I know that I've got a bathmate every day and all night. Everybody knows that my rap skills are really tight. Everybody knows that I talk real fast and all the time. I'm the greatest rapper every time, you know it is a crime. We got Mark Simmons Annie in the chat right now. We got War Stupid and we know it's pound. Do we got Mark Simmons? He is such a man. I love Mark Simmons. I take him to the can. Even though Mark Simmons is mean to me, I love Mark Simmons. Mark Simmons is the man, bro. Mark Simmons is the GOAT, even though he's mean to me. But Mark Simmons really loves me at the end of the day. I know Mark Simmons is the man, dude. Mark Simmons, I love you, bro. You the man, bro. Mark Simmons is the man, bro. Mark Simmons is the man, bro. Mark loves me. He loves you, too. Mark Simmons. Thank you, Mark. I love you, bro. Give me a smooch.
And we are no closer to a deal than we were before Epic Fury began. So I think that that's really important.
Epic furries.
Second of all, if the Iranians, however, wanted the United States to resume military strikes, I don't really know how they would be behaving any differently. I mean, you see them now making increased demands.
You can't make deals with the Iranian government. You just can't. They're not the type. Here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna sign whatever deal they want. They're gonna tell you what you want to hear, maybe, if you're lucky. And then when that's all said and done, they're just gonna break every single rule in the treaty. That's what Iran does. There's no point in negotiating with this regime. The goal is to stop this regime in its tracks as much as you possibly can. Stop the regime. That should be the goal. At the end of the day, that should be the primary goal. I would hope that would be the primary goal.
Bill, you just pointed out how they're now expanding the zone that they want to control over the Strait of Hormuz. That's a deal breaker for the United States and for our Gulf partners in the region. And they're also demanding that the United States pay reparations and lift sanctions. And so
Mark Salmons, come on, man. Don't do me dirty like that, bro. Don't do me dirty. Mark Salmons, please. Mark Salmons, I love you. You guys, don't forget to tap the gift button and send a gift. Send whichever gift you like. When they had Happy Poop Yum Yum, that was my favorite gift. Now my favorite gift is the gold coin. So if you guys can, send me a ton of gold coins. Send me a bunch of sparkles. Honestly, send me whatever gift you want. I appreciate all gifts on this channel. We're very much gift motivated, gift oriented. So send gifts, man. Tap the gift button. Send me a bunch of sparkles. Send me a bunch of cool shit, dude. Send me those virtual gifts. Zaddy needs the virtual gifts, is what I'm saying. Zaddy knows what he wants. I want my virtual gifts, everybody. I want my virtual gifts, brah.
I think we're no closer to a deal. And I think President Trump, of course, is ready to initiate military actions again.
Also, don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream. We're trying to get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. Once again, we're trying to get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. So double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's keep going, man.
And I do think that that's the direction that we are headed.
General Jack Keane was on with Fox and Friends a little bit earlier. Let's watch him here.
Jack Keane's so hot.
With a deal here is that we leave Iran bruised but intact. And they'll walk away from here citing and convincing themselves that they got the United States to back down. And as a result of that, we extend a lifeline to the regime.
I think Iran's delusional, dude. Iran is delusional AF, bro. Iran is the most delusional country of all time.
For sure. For them to do what? To recover. But nonetheless, it is a lifeline to the regime that extends them for years to come. The next administration is going to wind up
laugh out loud.
That's not where we started.
Your thoughts on that?
Well, look, I mean, Admiral Cooper, of course, the head of Central Command, just gave some very compelling testimony days ago where he said that the Iranians do not have an air force anymore. They really don't.
Laugh out loud.
Mountain Billy sending a bunch of gold coins. Thank you, bro. My man, dude. Oh, dude. Mountain Billy's just keeps sending gold coins, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Laugh out loud.
Hey, it should have counted that. I love you, bro. Mark Salmons, I know you a hater, but I love you anyway, bro. I love the haters, dude. The haters, honestly, even if you're a hater, I still love you, bro. I can't tell you see you later, man. I love even the haters, bro. No, Tucker's the man. Hey, thank you again, Mountain Billy. I appreciate it. Mountain Billy says your commentary helps the channel. No likes needed. Well, I appreciate that, Mountain Billy. Thank you. Mountain Billy just sent another gold coin. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Mucho apreciado. We got a new gift goal. We're trying to reach 50 gifts. But yeah, if you guys can, just definitely help us reach the gift goal. And, whatever you can, man, whatever you guys want to send, it does help the channel in a lot of ways.
Don't have a Navy. The United States is much safer now than we were before, but there is...
Mark Salmons, I understand this is a one-sided relationship that you and I have, buddy. I understand it. I like you. I know you don't like me, and that's okay. That's okay, brother. I care about you. No, I do hope you're, honestly, I know that you're just a guy chilling. But no, thank you, Mountain Billy. I appreciate the gold coins. I appreciate the shekels. Hey, the more gold coins we get, the better, man.
Is still the ability that this Trump regime has to coerce and compel the United States. And that cannot stand. And so I agree with the general.
I just want to say I can't do it without you guys. Honestly, and I mean that. I can't do it without you guys. So you guys are a big deal to me. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show.
There who's making the point that this is more than just about Iran. This is about the entire Middle East. It's about the United States finishing a job that it started, regardless of what anybody thinks about initiating it.
Oh, yeah. And while you guys are sending gifts, I appreciate the gifts. If you guys can, double tap your screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. But yeah, while you guys are sending gifts, feel free to double tap the screen to like the stream. It really does help the channel grow. It helps push us out on the algorithm quite a bit. More likes, the better.
Epic fury. Here we are, and the Iranians are making increased demands. So this is, I think, we're headed again in the direction of.
Whoa! Are you saying that Are you saying that I'm trying to be like David Pac-Man? Dude, I don't want to do David Pac. I mean, I do have the same microphone, I think, that David Pac-Man uses. But I don't want to be like David Pac-Man, dude. David Pac-Man blows, dude. I mean, maybe I am the right-wing version of David Pac-Man. I got kind of grifter blood a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, like, dude, David Pac-Man's a cuck. Allegedly. I'm not a fan of David Pac-Man. I think he's kind of annoying. I mean, most people probably think I'm kind of annoying. But yeah, David Pac-Man's the worst, dude. Not a fan of. If you guys think David Pac-Man is the worst, double tap your screen to like the stream. Double tap your screen to like the stream.
Military force. One last thing. President Trump, before Midnight Hammer, just a couple of days before he initiated, he was saying that he was still committed to diplomacy if the Iranians would come to the table. And he was really engaging in a deception campaign.
So Mark Salmons thinks, do you think I'm fake mega? Do you really think I'm fake mega? Is it because I don't grow a beard? Look, I don't grow a beard because, one, I don't really look that great with facial hair. Two, I also just prefer a clean shave on my face. That's all. It's a simple preference. Crazy, man.
Suspect that that's what we're in right now, and that there could be military activity within days, Dana.
I don't know what you thought about our Fox polling. We want to show what we found. Who's winning the war? We found 2/3 of Americans believe that the United States is at 65%. But then we asked how long will the war last? About a third say months at 38%. About a third say more than a year. I don't know what you read into that, Rebecca, but based on your first answer, if that report is right out of Tehran that the sun is calling the shots and this is going nowhere, that's what they suggested, right? Mushtaba is the one who said the nuclear material stays here. I think we need clarification of the White House and the Pentagon for further information on that.
Right, we do. And I'll just say, too, when it comes to polling, I really applaud President Trump for saying he's not going to look at the politics of this. He's going to do the right thing. And I am, if you look over time, good policy makes good politics. The American people will get behind the president when we win and when it feels like we're stuck. I mean, look, the military has clearly won on the military side of things, but you have to use the military victories to compel a political end where the United States is clearly victorious. And so I think that's why we need more military operations next, and I do think that the American people will then support that. But the Iranians cannot control the Strait. They can't have a nuclear weapon, and of course, if they do control the Strait, it means the Chinese control the Strait because they are the backers of the Islamic Republic.
True. Precious times.
All right, Rebecca, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the
That was cool, man. Whoa, a blue state is flipping red? Could it be Oregon? Could we be... No way. I think it is. I think Oregon's flipping red.
It's finally happening, and the political establishment can't believe it. They're absolutely panicking. For 39 consecutive years, since 1987, one blue...
So this guy is Dr. Steve Turley. I'm going to subscribe and I'm going to like. I'm not a fan of Christine Drazan, though. I'm not a fan of her. I'm really sad that she was the primary winner. I wanted Chris Dudley. It turned out he only got 11% of the vote. No! But no, I love Chris Dudley. I'm still a fan. I'll have to look up like the Chris Dudley concession speech and see what it was about. But I love Chris, dude. He's the man.
State in particular has not elected a single Republican governor. 39 years, nearly 4 decades of uninterrupted Democrat control. Wow. And yet, right now...
Because Oregon's pissed. Even people who live in Portland are sick and tired of the Tina Kotek way. I was telling my dad, I was like, dude, I think Oregon's going to flip red. And it could. Believe it or not, Oregon could still flip red. That's a real thing, man. And yeah. No, here's the thing, man. Well, hold on. How is being MAGA an easy grift? First off, being MAGA, if I wanted, by the way, being woke like David Pac-Man, now that's an easy grift because sadly, woke people will believe anything as long as you have the right train of thinking. Now look, I'm an independent at the end of the day. I know it's hard to believe considering how in love with Donald Trump I am. I'll admit I'm Trump-sexual. I am Trump-sexual for sure. But at the end of the day, I'm really an independent. I'm an anti-Democrat. If you were to put a label on any of this, I'm anti-Democrat and an independent, all right? Meaning, I'm more independent. I'm pretty right-leaning because the Democrats are out of their mind. I don't trust the Democratic Party because they've been invaded by they're the party of socialists at this point. Yeah.
The first time in a generation, a Republican is leading in the polls for governor, and I'm not even talking about California. Stick them at the very end of this.
It's Oregon. It's got to be Oregon.
Video, because we're going to see how what's happening in one of the bluest states in the nation.
Oh, yeah, and Oregon's woke as shit, dude. I live in Oregon. I can admit it's one of the wokest places you'll ever go to. Oregon is woke as crap.
Is revealing an entire political realignment that's sweeping the country from coast to coast and may shock even the most optimistic Republican in November. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, enjoying yet another glorious day in the Trumpian golden age that you made possible back in November of 2024. So if you want a front row seat on how you continue to change the world in ways you never even imagined, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button.
Smack that all on the floor, smack that. Give me some more, smack that. Whoa.
All right, let's get right into it. The state of Oregon is most certainly not supposed to be a swing state, and yet here we are. The polls confirm that this race is a dead heat in an otherwise solid blue state. A Hoffman Research Group...
It's because Tina Kotek is a shitty governor. She is a bad governor. Straight up. Nobody wants... even people in Portland are like, screw Kotek. I go on social media, and I go on Facebook especially because Facebook is very left-wing for the most part. I go and look at like anything Tina Kotek related, even her own Facebook page where she's doing something, and everybody hates her. Like, there's not a lot of people that support her, and I think when it comes down to it, I think I don't know much about Drazan, but I'll vote Drazan over Kotek any day. If I have to choose between the lesser of two evils, obviously, I'm going with the Republican. I'm not. If you're Democrat, I know you're not serious. If you have Democrat next to your name, I know you're not serious. Period. End of story.
Survey found that the incumbent Democrat Tina Kotek is tied with her Republican challenger Christine Drazan, 45 to 45.
Yep.
A February benchmark poll had Drazan down by only 5 points within the margin of error, with enormous numbers of undecided voters. And this poll comes on the heels of another poll that showed that the other Republican candidate, Chris Dudley, he was leading Kotek by 4 points. They actually had...
Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I'm really shocked that people voted for Drazan in the primary. I was really hoping that Chris Dudley would be the winner of that primary. Dudley for Oregon, man. Oregon needs a rebound, but honestly, he didn't win the primary. Mark Salmons, what are you talking about, bro? Mark Salmons, what are you getting at, bro? What's your angle? Mark Salmons is mad at me, you guys. Mark Salmons doesn't love me.
At the Republican in the lead. So this race is genuinely up for grabs.
Oh, by the way, you guys, we're at 10,000. I'm looking at our subscriber count. We're at 10,591 subs. Once again, we're at 10,591. So make sure that you guys tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. It does help the channel grow. But tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Thank you guys so much. Let's keep going.
Drazen won the GOP primary on Tuesday, and the reason that's so significant is that means this is actually going to be a rematch in 2026. Drazen came within 3 points. I want to make sure you heard that right. Drazen came within 3 points of defeating Kotek.
So she was really close. I didn't realize that. She was really close to beating Kotek. That's huge. And honestly, with how poor of a job Kotek has done as the governor of Oregon, I think people are starting to flip and be like, let's just get Drazen in. Let's just get Kotek out. Let's get anything would be better than Kotek is basically what the Democrats are thinking. Anything
back in 2022. And since then, their ultra-leftist failure of Governor Kotek has literally imploded in the polls. Kotek has been governor of Oregon for 4 years, and in those 4 years,
Dude, I never thought I'd say this, but I think Kotek is a worse governor than Kate Brown. Now, Kate Brown was our governor before Kotek. She was terrible. But, oh my God, I think Tina Kotek is outdoing even Kate Brown. I'm actually a little bit shocked. Things have not gotten better in Oregon. So, yeah.
She's achieved something genuinely remarkable. She's made more than 60% of Oregonians in a deep blue state disapprove of her performance. Her approval rating sits at a catastrophic 38%, the lowest of any governor in the nation. Now,
wow, 38%. I don't really care about polls for the most part, but that is kind of impressive. How low she is. Oh my God. Oh, that kind of blows my mind.
Again, remember, she's suffering a 38% approval in a state that votes Democrat literally by reflex, in a state with a Democrat registration advantage of nearly 9 points. And she can't even crack 40% approval. And the reason for that collapse is simple. Every single measurable outcome in Oregon has gotten worse under this woke disaster.
Yep.
Oregon.
Kotek is the queen of woke. I honestly thought Kate Brown was the queen of woke. It turns out, move aside Kate Brown, it's Tina Kotek. Once you go woke, you go broke. That's all there is to it. She's a shitty governor.
Currently ranks dead last in the nation, 50th out of 50 in 4th grade educational testing.
Oh, wow.
Dead last. The worst educated young children in the entire country. In a state that's been run entirely by progressive Democrats.
Not only do you go woke, you go broke. You go woke, you go dumb. So
Democrats for 39 straight years, and it's spent billions on education. Drug overdose deaths are at record highs. Homelessness has exploded across Portland. And
I will say, my friend Eric Williams was living in like a bigger city. And he OD'd. I can't remember what drug it was because all I know is he OD'd on something. And I didn't hang out with him much in the last 2 years he was alive, maybe 3 years. Mainly because he was in Eugene, and I wouldn't say he was like a super good friend, but it definitely hit me pretty hard when he passed away. Mainly because I just knew how many people he positively affected. So, but I would say that obviously he made the choice to do those drugs. I wish he would have chose differently. Honestly, I really wish he would have, but, it's okay. It's all right.
Every major city inside Oregon. Housing prices have made Oregon one of the most unaffordable states in the country. And
And he is right, by the way. Housing is very expensive here. I will say I'm lucky because worst case scenario, if I had to, I could move back in with my dad. I could. It's not a situation that I would ideally like to do, but if I had to, I could.
Creation, Oregon ranks 47th nationally. Bottom 5. And then there's the gas tax. Right now, as we speak, Tina Kotek is attempting to push a 6% gas tax on already suffering Oregon families.
A 6% gas tax? That's insane. I think they ended up voting it down, Mr. Steve. Last time I checked, I think it got voted down really hard.
Portland already costs nearly $6 a gallon. Meanwhile, across the border in Boise, Idaho, it costs $4.
Yeah.
That's a $2 per gallon difference
between
two neighboring states with the same climate, the same geography, the same energy market.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because Oregon's poorly ran, dude. Oregon... I don't trust Oregon Democrat politicians. I don't trust socialist politicians. I think if you're a Democrat, you're basically saying, hey, I'm a Democrat, which means I'm a socialist. No. Gross. Archer says, where you been, Garza? I've been here. I've been doing streams almost every day, dude. Without stopping. I've been going hard, bro. I've been going hard on the streaming. But yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Mr. Archer.
Only difference, Idaho has a conservative leadership. Oregon has Tina. And Kotek's answer to Oregon's record high gas prices is to slap a 6% gas tax on top of it. That's not governance.
Kotek is just too dumb for her own good, dude. I'm not a fan. Obviously, you guys know I'm not a fan of Tina Kotek. I really do think that she's one of the worst governors we've ever had. She might go. She's like the Joe Biden of governors. Tina Kotek is basically the Joe Biden of governors.
That's a hostage situation. And to make it even worse, Oregon has a program that offers $30,000 grants, not loans, right? Grants to first-time homebuyers. As it turns out, illegal aliens in Oregon have been receiving these $30,000 taxpayer-funded grants for years. American citizens have been taxed to fund this program that inordinately benefits.
That pisses me off, dude. That right there pisses me. That if you live in Oregon like I do, that should piss you off just as much as it pisses me off, dude.
Illegal migrants. And so
if you guys can, don't forget to tap the gift button and send us a gift. Gifts do fuel the channel. If you guys want to send a super chat, feel free to send a super chat, but gifts and super chats really do help out the channel in a lot of ways, so feel free to send anything you want. Like I said, gift, super chat, whatever sounds glorious to you guys. The more gifts we get, the better. The more super chats we get, the better. Funds the show, makes the show, continues to make it to where I could pump out more programs, basically at a lower cost. So, but yeah, make sure you guys tap the subscribe button as well. Tap the gift button, send a gift, you name it, man. I'll shout you out, by the way. If you send a gift, I give you a shout out, which is a big deal. You send a super chat, I give you a shout out, I highlight the super chat. Also, by the way, when you send a gift, your name instantly shows up on the center of the screen, and you get to hear Chris Hansen say, laugh out loud. So it's a big deal.
It's no wonder that 13 of 36 counties, a full third of all Oregon counties, have voted to secede, to leave Oregon and join up.
That's crazy. So majority of the counties were just like, Oregon is too far left, we're done, and they want to go and secede and become Greater Idaho. Wow, that is true. That sucks, though, because then oh, man. That means Oregon, I mean, we're already stupidly left in Oregon, so it's like, that's going to make things worse, dude. I think we need to, we don't need to become Greater Idaho.
Up with deep red Idaho. As many of you know, it's called the Greater Idaho Movement, which would redraw the state border and attach these deeply conservative rural counties to Idaho. It's a movement that's been growing since 2020, and it represents the complete cultural and political divorce between rural Oregon, which is deeply, authentically conservative, and the Portland metro area that has imposed its radical progressive agenda on the entire state for 4 decades. The Greater Idaho Movement is the proof of concept that the realignment in Oregon is real, it's deep, and it is structural, not just a temporary polling. In fact, here's how Oregon is politically structured. Take a look at this map. So this is from their last gubernatorial election in 2022. And if I were to ask you, who do you think won this election? The red team or the blue team? Who do you think? Well, it seems rather obvious, doesn't it? The map is virtually all red.
Yeah. Oregon is surprisingly, Oregon is a pretty red state. The only thing that keeps it blue is basically the Eugene and Portland area. I want to see, I think Drazen's going to become the next governor of Oregon. I'd rather, Drazen was not my first pick on the Republican card, but I will absolutely vote for her. I want Drazen to win.
But it don't matter. The Democrat blue team won by just 3 points, granted, but they still won. The Democrat won despite having lost 29 of Oregon's 36 counties. The Republican candidate won 80% of Oregon's counties, 8 and 10, and she still lost, Drazen. So if you remove just one county, Multnomah County, where Portland is, if you were to exclude that single county, Drazen, the Republican, would have won the governorship by over 10 points.
Exactly.
So what all of this means is that over 80% of the regions in Oregon are experiencing intense political disenfranchisement as they're being ruled by woke Antifa-supporting politicians and policies that hate them and despise everything they stand for. But as it turns out, the governor is now the weakest any Democrat has been in decades, and this may be the year for these counties to strike back and strike hard. Wait until you see this. You know, when we talk about reclaiming our culture and rebuilding strong, resilient communities, we often think in terms of
oh, damn. All right.
Of institutions, families, and values. But there's another layer to all of this that we can't ignore, and that's our digital lives. Because here's the reality. Your personal information is being collected and sold every single day by data brokers. Your name, your address, your phone number, even your relatives. It's all compiled and made available online. And with the rise in data breaches we keep seeing in the news, it's clear that the exposure of personal data is only becoming more widespread. That's why I made the decision to start using Delete Me. Delete Me is a hands-free service that removes your personal information from hundreds of data broker and people search sites. And what I appreciate most is...
Well, I don't know how you can remove... How do you remove it from some of those data broker sites? Because a lot of them probably won't even respond to you. I mean, Delete Me does look kind of cool, though. I definitely would be interested in using that service, but I don't know. Well, I'll have to look at the reviews for it.
Is that they've been leading the industry for over 15 years. They manage the entire process internally, and they verify your data before submitting removal requests, which is incredibly important. When I reviewed my own Delete Me report, I got to admit, I was honestly surprised. So many listings I didn't even know existed were identified and removed. And the time it would have taken me to track all that down, I mean, it's not even close. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I got to tell you, gang, I've been genuinely impressed. They've uncovered thus far over 3,000 listings, and those are already being taken down as we speak. It's not just a one-time fix. It's continuous protection, and it works. So take that step. Head on over to joindeleteme.com/Turley and use code Turley to get started today. It's a simple way to take greater ownership of your digital footprint. Oregon doesn't exist in a vacuum, and this is where I want to really sort of blow your mind with things, because the story of Oregon is part of a much larger national story, a national Republican political realignment that is building momentum on every front simultaneously. Let's start with the money. The lifeblood of politics. When it comes to cash on hand, the RNC, the Republican National Committee, is absolutely blowing the Democrats out of the water. Look at these numbers. The RNC right now has over $123 million cash on hand, debt-free. The Democrats are stuck at just over $14 million. This is absolutely insane discrepancy. Do you see what happens when you get rid of USAID? Right? Miracles can happen. $123 million to barely $14 million. The Republicans are literally out fundraising the Democrats 9-1. And to make it even worse, I mentioned that Republicans are debt-free. The Democrats are reportedly $17 million in the hole. There's $17 million in debt. That means the DNC started 2026 broke. Negative net worth. And think of all the money that they wasted in that Virginia gerrymandering fiasco that went down in flames. They poured tens of millions of dollars into that referendum only to have it literally blow up in their faces. And then there's the voter registration trends, what are perhaps the single most accurate predictors for how a general election turns out. The numbers continue to surge for the GOP month after month, state after state. In North Carolina, Republicans...
E.T. says it's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks. Justify. E.T.'s killing it, bro. We got E.T. in the house. Hey, $8 gas prices, man. That's great. I need to start trading oil. I need to start swing trading like the United States Oil Fund or whatever.
Officially surpassed Democrats in voter registration for the first time in the state's history. Florida Republicans now hold a registration advantage of over 1.5 million voters in a state that was it was literally a toss-up state just 5 short years ago. Iowa continues its rightward drift. Pennsylvania is moving. The structural foundation of the electoral map is shifting.
One moment. What's going on, my bronies? I'd brush my teeth and take a whiz, so realized my teeth were stanky. They're better now.
Slowly but unmistakably toward the Republican Party. And now, the latest news out of South Carolina. Did you hear that? Just today, just broke. The Senate Judiciary Committee just passed the new congressional redistricting map with 0 Democrat seats. All 7 congressional seats from South Carolina will now officially be Republican. It just has to pass a simple majority in their state Senate. That means that the district held by their lone Democrat, Jim Clyburn, one of the most powerful and ultra-liberal Democrats in the House, will officially be eliminated, and he will no longer be in Congress. So that means one more seat pickup, which is getting us close to as many 15 additional House seats from revised congressional maps across 7 states before November even arrives. So let's bring this all back to Oregon, because here's what ties all of these threads together. What you're watching in Oregon is not an isolated accident. It's a microcosm, a perfect, crystallized example of a national realignment that's reshaping the American political map. For decades, Democrats could count on states like Oregon the same way they could count on the sun rising in the morning, right? Automatic, guaranteed, safe. And they took that safety for granted. They used Oregon and states like it as laboratories for every extreme progressive experiment that they could dream up. They banned voter ID. They legalized...
Oh, it's so disgusting, dude. It's messed up, dude, because that allows for... Because banning some sort of ID, some way of identifying who the person that's voting is, like that's a form of rigging, in my opinion. That's a form of... it feels like rigging. You know what I mean? I think most people would agree with me on that. To some degree.
Hard drugs and watched overdose deaths skyrocket. They threw money at homelessness and watched tent cities multiply. They ranked 50th in education, kept electing the same people who produced that same outcome.
Oh, yeah. Same type of... Yeah, it's just Democrat after Democrat, dude. Crazy, man. Oh, wow. Developing. U.S. rejects Iran's terms for Strait of Hormuz. Let's take a look.
Well, at any moment now, President Trump will address the nation from the Oval Office on grocery prices. The president is taking action and will make an announcement on a key part of the cost of groceries, what he's about to attack on that right now. And he, of course, could comment on a host of issues, including what's happening right now with Iran. Is there a peace deal coming? Will we dig back in with war against that radical Islamic nation? We'll take you there live the moment the president begins speaking. And the ceasefire with that Islamic regime is now hanging by a thread. The president has put Iran on the clock. The White House says Iran has only days to show it's serious about a deal. And we've come to expect Iran is sending mixed signals. The world is watching to see whether serious diplomacy and deal-making will take hold.
Well, we
or
know
the
it's
strikes.
not. We know that Iran is lying. I'd like to believe that people realize it's fairly obvious, but I don't think they do. That kind of blows to some degree. Oh. It's wild to me. It's just pure wild. Give me 1 second, you guys. I actually got to do something real quick here. I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing complete SEO stuff, search engine optimization, basically. Oh, yeah, yeah. Tell me what you're doing all the time. You acting like it's a crime. Everybody knows what I'm going to do now. Everybody knows what I'm going to do now. Everybody knows what I'm going to do now. Now. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Everybody gonna get down right now, and everybody's gonna be real pissed. Everybody's gonna get down right now. Everybody going to fap now. Everybody gonna fap right here. Everybody gonna fap all night. Everybody gonna fap bits tight. Everybody gonna fap all night. Everybody gonna fap, oh yeah. Standing on the edge of forever. I'm doing a couple things, so I'm just going to sing while I'm doing a couple of things real quick. At the start of whatever, shouting love at the world. Back then, we were like cavemen. We mapped the moon and the stars. Then we forgave them. We will meet you where the lights are, the defenders of the faith we are. When the thunder turns around and runs so hard we'll tear the ground away. Yeah. You know, no one dies in these love-drowned eyes. Give me one more moment, you guys. I'm actually I'm doing some YouTube SEO work real quick. Trying to get the search engine optimization figured out on my channel. It's interesting, though. Geen, give me some money, easy money. Give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Everybody knows what they're gonna do now. Everybody knows that they're gonna fap. They're gonna take a crap. After you take a fap, what is everybody doing tonight? Everybody wants to fap. After you fap, you gotta take a nap. That's what they told me to do. That's what they told me to say. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to turn me gay? Oh no. You're gonna make me feel like a ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. You're gonna make me feel like a dirty ho. I am not a ho. You are a ho. I am not a ho. You are a ho. Everybody wants to get down and fight. Everybody wants to get down 'cause my pussy is tight. Everybody knows what I am doing right now. Everybody knows. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Trump is the man. I'm gonna let him take me to the can. Trump is the man. Trump is the man, yo. I love Trump. I don't really care what you think. I don't really care if your booty stinks. I don't really care what you think. I don't really care what you know. You better stop acting like a hoe. You better stop acting like a hoe. I don't really care what you really think. I don't even care what your booty stinks. I don't really care what you think right now. I don't really care what you're doing here. I don't really know what you're doing right. I don't really know if my beehole's tight. I wish my beehole could be tight like yours. I wish my beehole was tight. I wish my beehole was tight right now. I wish my beehole was tight, but it will never be right. Everybody get down on the floor. Everybody shake that booty right now. It's so big I can't ignore. Oh. Tell me what you're thinking about right now. I know that I'm going platinum. And everybody wants to say happy poop, yum, yum. Everybody's getting me all pissed. I'm so good, I know that you cannot resist. Everybody get down on the floor. Everybody get down on the floor. Stop acting like a dirty hoe. 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 I don't even know. Oh. Do you guys think I'm cute? I am so cute.
We'll begin again. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus.
Oh,
Here's
fuck.
President Trump from yesterday.
Oh,
If we don't
fuck.
get the right answers, it goes very quickly. We're all ready to go. We have to get the right answers. It would have to be a complete 100% good answers. It could go very quickly. Or a few days. It could be a few days, but it could go very quickly. Iran is a defeated nation.
Yep.
Yeah, they
agree with that.
also don't have like a singular column of leadership. I mean, how do you deal with a country that's run by terrorists on one hand and citizenry that's not armed and afraid and hiding at this point, while that country continues to hunt its own and try to fight its way to take the Strait of Hormuz back, which is what we're watching right now. Our U.S. blockade of Iranian ports continues, and it is really punishing that country. CENTCOM released this brand new video of Marines boarding an Iranian flag tanker. They searched it, ordered it to change course, and U.S. forces have redirected now 94 commercial vessels and disabled 4 others while enforcing the U.S. blockade.
It's not bad
This
at all.
is a live look at marine traffic in and around the Strait of Hormuz. So we're still watching all of this. The ship icons that you see on this graphic show vessels moving through one of the most important energy transport lanes in the world. Not a lot of them, but they are there. Americans weighed in on the conflict. And check out this new Fox polling. It shows 65% of registered voters.
If you guys want me to sing, you got to help me get to the gift goal. If you guys want me to sing some more, we got to get to the gift goal. I'll continue to sing if we get all 50 gifts. Right? All you guys have to do is send me 50 gifts, right? We're at 1 out of 50, right? You guys want me to keep singing? You got to send gifts. If you help me get to 50 gifts, I'll keep singing. I'll rap, I'll sing, I'll do all the bling bling, but I need gifts, dude. You guys want me to sing, you gotta pay the piper, all right? If you guys want me to sing, you gotta give me some virtual YouTube gifts, okay? I need some gifts.
All parties
Who is winning in Iran? 65% say U.S.
say the U.S. is winning the war in Iran. Now, the bulk of them don't want us there necessarily, but if we're there, look at that number.
Let's win.
Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg.
No, we should actually be winning.
Coming up in focus. We'll begin with Fox Business correspondent Ashley Webster in Tel Aviv. Right on time for talking the money part of this as well. Ashley.
Well, there's always a money angle. Harris, hello to you. I think at this hour it's fair to say that shuttle diplomacy is in high gear. Tehran reportedly looking at the latest counter-peace proposal from Washington at this hour. But at the middle of all of this, we should mention, is Pakistan. The country's interior minister in Tehran for the second time in less than a week to help mediate the talks. Also, Pakistan's army chief expected to join the discussions. Iranian state media claims the U.S. is offering sanctions relief. Apparently, that was news to President Trump, who says
Have fun, man.
it's not true. Listen.
I'll let you get back to it,
No,
bro.
I haven't.
Thank you, Bound.
I'm not doing any relief until they sign an agreement. When they sign an agreement, we didn't get that place built up again and have something that's really a good country for the people. But no, we haven't offered any.
Well, the president says he could wait a few days to get the right answers, but is also willing to resume attacks on the country. Iran's foreign minister, meantime, says his country is prepared for any outcome. Listen.
Should it become necessary, should the interests of the state dictate that we prepare ourselves in the field of diplomacy, of discussion, of negotiation, then we will prepare ourselves. But with strength, the same strength with which the armed forces prepare themselves in defense of the country.
Meantime, tensions over the Strait of Hormuz are rising, with more than 1,500 ships and oil tankers still stranded. Iran, by the way, has released a map showing what it calls a controlled maritime zone. Tehran says it's committed to reopening the strait to friendly countries that abide by its terms, which will...
Oh, we got Tim Smith in the house saying Garza in Idaho, Napoleon Dynamite 2. Yeah, man, I honestly think we might end up seeing... I'm going to play some super chats that were done earlier.
Laugh out loud. I'm blocked from posting here. Why?
That was from Mark Salmons earlier. $2 super chat. Thank you, Mark. But yeah, Is Garza going to live in Idaho? I'm on the coast of Oregon, though. I'm still going to be in the left.
This dude's
left-wing
Tucker
part
and
of the state.
Megan. Smiley face emoji.
If Idaho, if Oregon, if the eastern part of Oregon becomes Greater Idaho, I'm going to live in crap Oregon, dude. The left is so insane. Like, nobody wants the left to rule anything. I know the Republican Party may be unpopular, but nobody wants the left to rule anything. Seriously. But we got Tim Smith in the house. What up, dude?
most likely include
My
fees
bony
for
bro,
just going
dude.
through the strait. And Washington, by the way, reacting to that, saying it is simply unacceptable. Harris, back to you.
Ashley Webster, thank you very much. In focus with me now, Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, former special envoy to Ukraine and Russia and American Security Co-Chair for the America First Policy Institute.
Tim Smith says Garza gonna live in Timu, Oregon. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm already living in Timu, Oregon. I'm already living in Coos Bay, North Bend area is basically living in Timu, Oregon. We are so behind the times in many, many things. So it's all right, though. It's all right. I live in Timu, Oregon. No big deal.
Good to see you. Look, it's 6 weeks of now this ceasefire, 83 days of war. So we've been in ceasefire for a little bit more than half the time we've been at war, and we don't have a deal yet. How long?
We need to stop waiting for a deal. It's never going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. You're just giving Iran more time to... We need to just strike. Just hit their government with everything you got. You know what I mean? Hit Iran's government with everything you can muster. That's all. That'd be like the best thing you could potentially do. That would be the best thing you could potentially do. Just hit him with everything you can muster. Why not? I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
Will we wait? And does it benefit us to wait much longer?
Yeah, I don't think it benefits anybody to wait much longer on this one. I really, really don't, man. Give me a moment, though. I'm going to... What makes this even more disgusting and disturbing is that reports say one of the victims was a security guard who may have helped prevent an even bigger tragedy. So that's... The security guard's the real hero on this one. That is the kind... Give me a moment. I'm just uploading something real quick to the tubes. I'm uploading my daily short videos. Oh yeah. Give me a few more moments, everybody. And if you want me, girl, I will be your man. Give me a second.
Harris, it's good to be with you. Look, I am actually stunned by the patience President Trump has had over this period of time. I mean, he's got it right.
I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb being this patient with Iran. I really do. I think any other country, most other countries, you could actually be patient with them, but honestly, Iran in this instance is just, they're being stupid. I think Trump's being a little bit stupid by letting Iran keep forcing a ceasefire. Keep on waiting. No, we shouldn't be waiting. We just shouldn't be waiting. There's no point.
I mean, he's the only president of the last 8 presidents who's really got this thing right in trying to get Iran under control. And he's dealing with a bunch of thugs. When you look at people like Karachi, the supreme leader, what they're saying is just, it's not acceptable out there. Back months ago when I was on with Shannon Bream, I said, what you need to do, you don't need a ground invasion of Iran, because that's such a large country, it's too hard to do that. But you can actually take strategic key targets that you want to, and I've been a big advocate of Kharg Island, or Rock Island as well. Take those, open up the straits that way, and you control their economy. Especially 90% of their economy comes from Kharg Island. Well, then you just put your foot on their throat. I know it sounds hard over, but the fact of the matter is, accept some risk. It is a war, and you should accept some risk to do that, and put key troops in key positions to do so. I mean, the president's patience has just been enormous, and he's let this thing go. But I don't trust the Iranians. They're going to delay. That's what Arachi's talking about. He wrote the book on Iranian negotiations. He was part of the original Iranian nuclear deal. I don't trust him at all. I don't trust the Supreme Leader at all. When you look at people like Vahidi, who runs right now the Revolutionary Guards, these are all hardliners. We just need to accept that. And the fact is not going to go any further. And I would just say, we're done negotiating with you. Give us a call after we do this, and we'll pick up the phone then, but not before. We're done.
Well, look, if we had taken that step earlier, even like 3 weeks ago, we'd be closer to ending this thing, because all the things that you just said are true for Iran, regardless of when we hit them. Like that, they're not going to have any income anyway. So, I mean, we want peace. Everybody wants peace. That's the end goal, except for Iran.
Oh, yeah, we all do. Everybody wants peace. There's no shame in admitting that. All right, let's try something different. Let's try a new approach.
On. They would love nothing more than to pull us into this. But when does it get to be too late for this sort of thing? And I'm not talking about politically, because they have friends, and we know that they are, and those friends are not ours.
You know, Harris, this is crazy. You know, it's like 34% of Americans don't believe we're winning the war. Excuse me? What? The fact of the matter is these guys...
Oh, I mean, dude, we already wiped out the entire Navy for Iran, and we wiped out their most of their military. So how are we not winning this war? We're trying to prevent further bloodshed. We're trying to organize something. But honestly, the ceasefire needs to stop. We need to just finish the job, get rid of the Iranian leaders. Like I said, I keep saying this, they're the snake's head. The Iranian leaders are the snake's head. We just need to, let's just capture them. Let's not even kill them. Let's just capture them. You know? How hard is that?
Guys are nuts. They think they're winning the war. They're not. They think they can survive this. They cannot. And we just have to keep our foot on their throat to keep going further and making sure they understand the only way we're going to get out of this is a peaceful resolution. Or if you have look at...
Oh, without a doubt. Without a freaking doubt, bro. Without a doubt.
There's actually active revolts going on inside Iran at this time. And I think that's going to continue. And these
I hope the revolts continue in Iran. I really do.
Guys are running the country right now, the theocratic government and the Revolutionary Guards. They need to go. They're not the army. They're not the people. And I wouldn't continue a bombing campaign because that just hurts the people. But everything we can do to take down this government, this theocratic government, and open up the straits, we need to do.
All right. Iran announced a newly created Persian Gulf Strait Authority. And it says in a post that there will be a controlled maritime zone in the Strait of Hormuz.
That's such bullshit, dude. The whole maritime zone, that's bullshit, dude. That shouldn't be happening.
Iran says transit through the area to pass through the strait will require coordination and authorization from the authorities.
Yeah, we're not listening to Iran. Nobody should listen to Iran. Iran has 0 cards, and you know what we need to do? I think it's time to do you-know-what to Karg Island. I'm not going to say what the what is, but I think you know. I think you know what Trump needs to do. Just saying.
Authority. Are they just making stuff up now at this point? I mean, they can mine it. They can shoot at ships. There's a whole lot they can do. And now it looks like they want to make...
Tim Smith says, Greater Idaho, make Garza Pedro again. Oh, my God. We got random player in the house. What up, Brony? We got Tim Smith kicking butt. I think Tim Smith wants Greater Idaho to happen. Tim Smith wants Idaho to consume half of Oregon, which honestly I wouldn't blame. Most of the counties are like, dude, the left coast of Oregon is too woke for even them. Look, there's certain levels of toxic leftism that I've seen, and a lot of leftist policies suck. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a Democrat voter at this point. Seriously, if the left was not hijacked by the communists and the socialists, there might have been a chance at some point I would have voted left for a Democrat politician. But they believe in too many stupid things, so I can't vote that way.
Make some money off the deal.
You know, these guys are just nuts. That should not think about them as they think they're winning. They're not. They're creating this falsehood that's out there right now. And when you look at our blockade, which has been incredibly successful, when you look at somebody like President Trump, who's been very insightful on what he wants to do with Iran, they're on a losing side, and they just don't know it yet. It's almost like you're in the middle of a ring punching these guys out, and they don't know they're losing the fight. They are losing this war, and the fact of the matter, you can take it a step further and create it so we become the oil barons of the entire world, and the president can do that.
Lieutenant General Kellogg, always great to have you in focus. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Well, that was interesting. I'll admit that was interesting, man. Well, let's see. Give me a few moments, everybody. Just looking up a couple pieces of info. Well, this is interesting. Restaurants are turning back the clock to lure in customers. Let's take a listen.
In the hills of Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, a familiar red roof catches the eye. Inside, the vinyl
Pizza Hut classic, dude. See, that's the thing. I honestly, I love the old decor. I remember going, when we had a Pizza Hut in Coos Bay back in the day, I remember the decor of the Pizza Hut. It was beautiful. In fact, if anything, it kind of looked like this, if I remember right. It's been a while. I was obviously a kid last time I was in the Pizza Hut that was here in Oregon. Was here in Coos Bay. But yeah, this is wild,
booths, Tiffany-style lamps, and yes, the salad bar you may remember from decades ago.
I mean, it's amazing the comments we have about they have the red cups. Yes, we do.
Tim Sparks got his start working at a Pizza Hut that looked like this. He's now president of Dayland Corporation, which owns this franchise and more than 80 others around the country. They've redecorated many restaurants to rewind the clock.
It looks exactly like the one that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's what we were after.
And nostalgia does sell, by the way. So if you're making, and this is what I think could save Pizza Hut, to be honest, is making it feel like a classic Pizza Hut, like the one you remember. I like that. I think it's great. I want to walk into a classic Pizza Hut. It's like, I'll give you an example. When I went to the Blockbuster in Bend with my girlfriend, I felt like I walked through a time machine. Felt like I was walking right through a time machine, man. It was amazing. And just being able to be there, the environment, it felt just like a Blockbuster. I was like, wow, because it is a Blockbuster. And the last Blockbuster of them all, man, still pretty crazy to me.
Some Pizza Hut classics are now top-performing locations. Customers show up for a piece of their childhood.
It just brings back memories.
To share with their own kids.
When you finally find something that tastes how you genuinely remember it tasting, like, you can't let it go.
People come from 2 and 3 hours away, and I'm not making that up.
More restaurants are serving.
I felt like, by the way, Pizza Hut pizza back in the day, it tasted better. Here's the thing, I love getting Pizza Hut pizza from like Eugene and stuff like that or wherever. But when they make it like the classic Pizza Hut pizza from back in the day, that's amazing, man. That shit's amazing.
Serving up nostalgia, franchises like Burger King and KFC returned to old school logos and packaging in recent years. At Pizza Hut, they even brought back Pac-Man. But for Sparks, this is much more than a game. It's a mission to rebuild places where families can connect.
If we could get them in here as a family, they do tend to put their phones down and actually have conversations and speak with each other. I'm not going to tell you I know how to fix the world, but I do think that family is a good place to start.
He hopes to renovate more of his restaurants as long as he can find enough of those lamps.
They're hard to get? Yeah, they're almost impossible to get.
A familiar taste.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you get those lamps? I mean, you could, in theory, you could outsource a company to, design those type of lamps. You just got to give them a sample. You give them a sample, they could probably design it pretty easily. In theory, it depends on which manufacturing company you decide to go through, though.
Cheers. Cheers, bro.
Bringing people together.
Just like I remember it.
Again, Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania.
Well, I think it's fantabulous, man. I think it's great. That's fucking cool, dude. Amazing. Give me just a moment, everybody. Gotta check something on my phone. Well, it looks like my portfolio's climbing today. Hell yeah. See, that's what you get, man, when you play the dips and you play the upswings, man. That's really the key. That really is the key, man. Oh, breaking news, Minnesota fraud mastermind hit.
Breaking news, a Minnesota judge has just sentenced the mastermind behind the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, Amy Bach. She just got more than 41 years in prison.
41.5 years in prison. Wow. That's wild, man. That's crazy, though, dude.
The prosecution is asking for a 50-year sentence and her defense about 3 years. So that's somewhere in the middle that they got that, but closer to what obviously the prosecution wanted. The scheme involved the theft of nearly $250 million in COVID funding. That money was meant to feed hungry children. State leaders claim they were unaware of the fraud. Here's what Amy Bach told our Alexis McAdams from jail back in January.
I think they were all aware of it.
I honestly believe Keith Ellison and Governor Walz need to be held accountable. There needs to be an investigation done. If they weren't aware, that's concerning.
Yeah. I mean, it's concerning that you did that. First off, it's very concerning that you did all this. It's surprising, and honestly, I think there were a lot of masterminds behind this, but I think she's the fall person on this one. I think she's the one taking the blame. There was a lot of hands in this pot, so.
So if she's going to prison, is there anybody we know the names of who should as well, is the question now. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin. Anything that maybe Keith Ellison, the AG, is saying these days, Mike?
Well, what we know right now is just from the sentencing. 41 and a half years in prison for the woman at the center of this massive Feeding Our Future scandal. Amy Bach is also on the hook for $243 million scam from taxpayers. She's supposed to somehow pay that back now. That came down just a short time ago in the Minneapolis federal court.
I don't know how she would be able to pay that back. I mean, she scammed a lot of people. Like, that's a lot to pay back.
Bach was convicted in March 2025 on charges of wire fraud, bribery, money laundering, and conspiracy. Prosecutors say she was the kingpin in this massive fraud that promised to feed poor kids during the pandemic and instead billed taxpayers for phantom meals. Bach sobbed in the courtroom and said, "I understand I failed the public, my family, and everyone." Now, in a pre-sentencing filing, U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen wrote, "The brazen and staggering nature of her crimes," meaning Bach, "has shaken Minnesota to its core, leaving lasting damage and eroding public trust."
Well, and it just makes you wonder how much more corruption is there in Minnesota, for example. You know what I mean? It just makes you wonder how much more corruption there is. And he says 41 years. Yeah, and it's terrible, man. I mean, you're basically taking advantage of a charity. You know, it's screwed up, dude. It's immensely screwed up. Give me a few moments, you guys. Oh, wow, they got Android Auto apps? Let me take a look at this. Oh, I found something kind of cool, you guys, so check this out. So Android Auto's real value lies in apps beyond the default. These apps will entertain you, help you, blah, blah, blah. All you need is to have the app on your phone. So if you use Android Auto to navigate or control your in-car media, you'll know it's an incredibly useful app, but if that's all you use the software for, you're missing out on it. Oh, wow. So hundreds of apps are actually Android Auto compatible. What the apps don't necessarily do. Okay. I don't actually know if Android Auto works on my 2019 pink Corolla, but let's see. Actually, I don't even know if I have Android Auto on my phone. And if I do, can I actually use Google Maps on there? I am kind of curious about that, because if I can use like Google Maps on my little on the little thing up there, that'd be sick as fuck, dude. Android Auto. So I don't know if I actually have Android Auto on here. So I probably have to go to the Play Store real quick. Let me take a quick gander. Let's see, Android Auto. Okay, I already have it installed. So the question is, how do I access Android Auto? That's pretty interesting, man. So I don't really actually know how to set up Android Auto. I have zero clue, actually. Let me take a look here. Android auto setup in Corolla. Almost been in car. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. Oh, so you actually have to be plugged into your car? So wait, you can't just use the Bluetooth setting? Okay. Well, that's kind of fascinating. I mean, honestly, though, I mean, everything I do, it's always, like, it doesn't even need to be plugged in, so. It's crazy, though, man. Flippin' wild, though.
Trust. Bach has stated that she trusted the people working with the program and was clueless to the fraud. Her defense argued pre-sentencing that many of the actors were entities outside of Ms. Bach's control.
So she didn't know? Well, I mean, here's the thing. How could she be the fraud mastermind if she didn't know about this? Like, was there proof that she knew that these other entities, it sounds like these entities maybe need to be held accountable.
Meantime, the Assistant U.S. Attorney for Fraud Enforcement, along with HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. and the U.S. Attorney for Minnesota, are all going to appear in Minneapolis in just a short time. So far, there aren't many details we can release related to the announcement. The Department of Justice just says the announcement is related to the fraud, and it...
Random Player says, sometimes I don't know where I am, and he says that could be a problem. Random. That could be a little bit of a problem on that one. Little bit, just a tad.
Will make a significant step in law enforcement. Harris?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox.
Well, that's crazy. Oh, I just saw Michael Saylor. I just saw my favorite person in the world, Michael fucking Saylor. Oh God. So we're gonna so this will probably be the last video that we react to, maybe, for at least for part of the day. We're going to react to Micro Wiener Strategies' Michael Saylor. He's going to try to tell us why Bitcoin's the future, and just remember, he is lying to you.
Digital credit and crypto prices. Join us, Michael Saylor Strategy.
But I will let you make that judgment yourself. Look at that face. That man wants to give you Bitcoin. No, actually, he wants you to buy the Bitcoin, and then he wants to sell it at a higher price because a bunch of morons got into it.
Executive chairman and founder, and my first question was, Orange, you're going to ask me about why you wear orange ties. You got how many?
I got a few dozen.
You do? Actually, a few dozen, and that is I guess a salute.
Hey, baby. I'm almost done here in a second. Just reacted to a quick little video.
To what you do for a living in Bitcoin.
Every day's a good day for an orange tie, Joe.
Do you overall have a feeling about whether this, would you call this a crypto winter or a crypto pseudo winter that we've been through for a while?
The whole digital credit thing using Bitcoin, so it's a Bitcoin-backed income product. That's so dumb. I love it, man. The grift continues, and I think it's hilarious. It just means that if Bitcoin price goes up, it just means I make a little bit of money on my swing trading, because I've been swing trading the biddy again. It's been profitable. I only swing trade the biddy, of course. I buy into it when Bitcoin's going up like crazy, and then that way it's anyway, it's a good thing to bet. It's a good thing to bet against.
Wow, are we closer to the end, or do you even care at this point?
I think so. I mean, I think we were at the top in October, about 125. I think we bottomed at 60. I think we're moving into the spring phase. We've got decent support here in these levels. I think we'll rally from here. We're just working against a few macro headwinds right now.
What macro tailwinds are possible? What about Congress?
Well, I think the passage of the Clarity Act will be a big deal. I think even in the absence of that, the release of guidance that lets you tokenize securities and sports digital assets out of the SEC, the innovation exemption, that would be a big deal as well.
For people that don't follow it that closely, I mean, there are halvings that happen, then it gets harder and harder to mine at some point. Even though we're getting close to...
Well, it doesn't matter if it's harder and harder to mine. It's still worthless. Even if something is scarce, if it's intrinsically worthless and useless to society as a whole and can't really be utilized for any other means, I mean, Bitcoin is also slow. It's outdated. The technology hasn't changed. It can't really evolve. I mean, sure, you can create altcoins and all that crap, but at the end of the day, it's just like it doesn't evolve. It doesn't change. Truth is, intrinsically speaking, Bitcoin will always be worth $0. Intrinsically speaking. Market value will tell you it's whatever. I mean, the market's lying to you. And of course it is. Why wouldn't it? Why shouldn't it? In order to keep a Ponzi scheme alive, you have to have enough people willing to participate in that Ponzi. The moment that participation wanes or dies, that's when the Ponzi scheme dies, because it's the new investors funding the old ones. So anyway, you guys already know what a Ponzi scheme is. But yeah, if you guys are pro Bitcoin, that's on you. You know, good luck. But if you make a few bucks on it, good for you. It's gambling. Anything that's intrinsically worthless, man, if you're getting into it, that's gambling, brother. Even collectibles. I believe the collectible markets are kind of a form of gambling. Not just kind of, completely a form of gambling. But either way. All right, well, thank you guys. I'll catch you guys later. I am probably going to go for a walk a little bit later. Yeah, I got to get some exercise. But thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you for the super chats. I mucho appreciate it, man. And just have an incredible day. Bye for now.